Good day, learners! Welcome to our online streaming in Science 5. We are now in Quarter 2, Week 4. For this week, our main topic is all about the parts of a plant and their functions, with the most essential learning competency describe the reproductive parts in plants and their functions. Okay, now, so as you can see, here are the different parts of a plant, and it is divided into two. The first one is the shoot system, flowers, leaves, fruits, and stems. Okay, so what is a flower? The simplest function of a flower is it helps in. How about the leaf? The leaf performs photosynthesis. The fruit protects the seeds, and the root absorbs water and minerals. So please remember that and do not forget that. Okay? Now let's talk about the different parts of a flower. Some plants reproduce using their parts like their roots, stems reproduce by using their accessory part, which is the flower. And as you can see, there are also different parts of the flower. The first one is the petal or the petals. Petals form the most obvious part of a flower. Most petals and a group of petals is called corolla or corolla. Okay, so still, it is the female part of a flower. It consists of the stigma, style, and ovary. That connects the stigma to the ovary. It is tall enough to drop pollen grains. Swollen structure at the end of the style. It receives the pollen grains, so it is the receiver of the pollen. Stimulates the pollen grains to germinate. That's it. Okay, how about the stamen? The stamen is the male part. So here's the plant and Here's the anther. The filament holds the anther in a position. The anther consists of two lobes that contain pollen sacs. Pollen sacs have pollen grains that are released by the anther when they mature. And how about this one? It's the sepal. Sepal is modified leaf which encloses and protects the when the flower blooms, the sepal supports the bottom of the flower. Okay, so it protects and it supports and the last one is the receptacle. What is the receptacle? Upper end of a flower stalk, as you can see, which bears the flower or group of flowers. So let's talk about the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction happens when with flowers. Let's go back here. From anther here to stigma there. Okay? Called pollination. This happens through the help of different agents. There is more than one agent. So we have wind, water, by the flower's petals. Okay. So the other one is another one plant with only one parent involved. Okay. So insect parts of the flower or the plant structure are involved, but in a sexual reproduction, there is only one parent involved. Okay. Production of seed is not needed. Modified parts of the plant like stem, leaves, and roots, commonly known as stumps, form tubers, stolon, and or runners, usually grow at large and can turn into a new plant. That's why there's only one parent needed because it can reproduce by itself. Common examples are potato plant, strawberry plant, ginger, tulip plant, Bermuda grass, and carabao grass. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so I prepared a short, um, what do you call this? A short description, function, or definition of the bulb. What is a bulb? It is a rounded stem with fleshy leaves. And one example of a bulb stem is the onion. Okay? Some plants have modified stems or roots that are enlarged and serve as food storage. These parts grow underground and new plants can sprout from them. And bulb is just an example. We have another example, and that is the rhizome. And what is it? It is a horizontally growing stem. Okay, when we say horizontal, just follow the cursor. Yan. Did you get it? Paganon po siya. Okay? Pahiga po. It is the opposite of vertical. When I say vertical, ito po ay pag ganito. Follow my cursor. Okay, siya po ay patayo. Meaning, ang stem po niya ay pahiga. Okay. And one example is the ginger or luya in our own language. And the next example is the corn. It's not corn, okay? It's corn, okay? So corm is a short vertical stem. And one example of this is the taro or gabi. Ito siya mga anak. Okay? So the next one is the tuber. It is a fleshy underground stem or root. So an example is a sweet potato. So an example of a root. Ayan. Look at this. Okay? And of course, it's edible. The last one is the stolons or runners. They don't grow underground, but instead, they crawl along the ground. So unlike the other examples that I have mentioned, stolons or runners don't grow underground. Okay, so sila po ay gumagapang along the ground. So just look at this. Diba? Gumagapang po ang kanilang stem. Ayan o. And this one is a strawberry plant. Ito po ay strawberry. Paborito natin. Ayan. So, mga anak, I have a question for you. So, what have you learned today? Type your answer in the comment section. I will give more instructions about the activities that you have to accomplish for this week through our GC or our group chat. So, here are the things that you have to do. Do the following activities on your module. Activity 1, Activity 2, check your understanding, post-test, and reflection. Please be reminded that the pre-test part and the looking back part of your module are not included. Okay po? Meaning, you don't have to answer them. Okay po? So that's all for this week. God bless you all. Bye. Be safe and uh, be good to your parents. Love, love po.